would like to get a debt ceiling done in this work period.
So when it comes to the debt ceiling, it should not be used or never be a matter of political brinksmanship.
It's really up to Congress to raise the debt ceiling.
Ah, the debt ceiling, the eternal Washington food fight. So what is it, and why is it so contentious? The debt ceiling is the legal limit set by Congress on how much money America can borrow. Because the U.S. spends more than it takes in, it borrows to make up the difference. The debt ceiling caps how much. Problem is, it's not enough. So every once in a while, Congress needs to raise it. If it doesn't, the Treasury Department won't be able to pay all the country's bills in full and on time. Now, the Treasury does have a little wiggle room before it gets to that point, what it calls extraordinary measures to move money around. But eventually, the accounting tricks run out and there's no more avoiding the debt ceiling. That's when the fireworks usually break out.
Our debt is out of control. I mean, we're talking about over $30 trillion.
Me, I get rid of the debt ceiling altogether.
Right.
It serves no function except to create leverage.
Look, they're difficult political times. Nobody likes them, but they are necessary evils in a sense because it's the only time that you can actually negotiate ways to get our budget under control.
Now, many say raising the debt ceiling is just a license to spend more money and grow the debt. But it's not really. Raising the debt ceiling just lets Treasury pay the bills America already owes.
There's nothing to do with any new spending.
If Congress really wants to clamp down on debt, it has to do it a lot earlier, like before passing spending bills or tax cuts, both of which can add to deficits. Failing to raise the debt ceiling won't keep a lid on debt. It just risks the U.S. defaulting on its obligations, something that could forever stain America's global reputation.
Well, hello and welcome. My name is Mark Pyers, home-based business tax coach and wealth coach. I'm also the CEO and founder, alongside of my beautiful wife and business partner, Mrs. Lavita Pyers, of an incredible, one-of-a-kind tax educational platform where we teach the masses what the school system has been forbidden to teach directly from the IRS. The more you know, the less you legally, ethically owe in taxes. Guys, I got a question for you. After watching this video, how do you feel about your savings? How do you feel about the US dollar that you're saving for your financial future? I want to talk about a couple of things that were mentioned inside of this video. Number one, that the United States of America has to continue to raise their debt ceiling, continue to raise the amount of money that they can borrow because they spend more money than they take in. I got to stop for a moment. I want to pause right there for a moment. I want to ask you a question, okay? What happens if you're spending more money inside of your household than you actually earn on your job? Bankruptcy, right? That's what happens. And so the United States of America spends more money than they actually create, even through the amount of enormous taxes on the middle class. They're still spending more money than they take in. What do you think the ultimate results are? Let me share with you 100% track record of any country that has taken their currency, their money, off of the gold standard. Let me say that again. Let me share with you 100% track record of every country that has removed their currency from a gold standard. What the results have been. The results has been that currency has collapsed to zero. I hope you heard what I just said. Every country throughout the history of mankind that has disconnected their currency, their money, from the gold standard, God's money, currency has collapsed to zero. And so I'm on a site called usdebtclock.org. Let me go ahead and expand the screen. And so you guys can go to this site, but I want you to look at just the United States national debt. I want you to look at how fast our debt is accumulating. What you're looking at right here is the United States national debt. 31 trillion, 499 billion, $109 million and counting. This is the future of our children. This is the purchasing power of your money declining right in front of your eyes. You know, if you're sitting at work right now in the cubicle, by the time you get your check on Friday, it will be worth less. Let me say it again. It will be worth less than the time that you earned that money by trading your most valuable asset, your time. This is why we have inflation right now, rapid inflation, taxation, interest rates out of control, over $9 trillion in the stock market, totally wiped out. But the number one financial cancer we face is called inflation. And inflation is derived from a fiat currency that is backed by nothing. Wow, look at these numbers. And I want to ask you a question. How much longer are you going to exchange your most valuable asset, your time, and save in something that has a 100% track record of declining in purchasing power? Let me ask you a serious question. How comfortable do you feel knowing now that the money that you're saving for your future has a guarantee to be worth less in the future when you need it the most? And you may be wondering, well, what is the solution? Right? What is the solution? The solution is you've got to figure out, number one, how to get your money to work for you while you're sleeping. Warren Buffett said it best. He says, if you don't find a way to get your money to work for you while you're sleeping, you're going to work until you die. And so again, I'm going to leave you with this question. Do you have a plan B? Because your plan A obviously is not working. The United States is drowning in debt. I want you to look at these numbers. I want you to go to usdebtclock.org and I want you to look at how the United States dollar is declining. And so for those of you that says, well, I don't know how this affects me, I want to break this down. The United States government currently right now, based on the $31 trillion national debt, says that every United States citizen is responsible for $94,220. Every United States taxpayer, that's everyone that earns income, is on the hook for an additional $246,867. You said, I don't know how they're going to get it. Let me ask you a question. Where's your money at? If your money is sitting inside of a bank, they already have control of getting their money. If your money is sitting inside of a government-controlled retirement account, such as a 401k, they already have control of your money. All they have to do is turn off the switch. Take whatever amount of your money that you thought was your money to help pay this national debt that they created out of greed. How do you operate a country where you spend more money than you take in? And so again, do you have a plan B? If not, I'm going to put a link at the bottom of this video for you to learn some information that can position yourself to reduce taxation, protect your money against inflation, and help you to eliminate all debt. And with that being said, guys, we'll see you on the next video.